Hey there, if you're watching this video and you want to learn how you can sign more clients strictly with cold email, then in this video, I'm going to break down the entire process step by step that helped one of our clients sign 2 deals in 10 days just by booking them 8 calls with running cold email outreach, right? And basically, we did not rely on any like flashy industry trends or any gimmicks. We simply followed the basics that you can easily replicate to get similar results for your business. So here I have screenshots, like we ran 2 different campaigns at the same time, so you can see the results and also like not the testimonial, but the fact that they actually signed the clients. And I'm not just talking out my ass. So to explain the situation, before working with us, so this agency had a decent following on Twitter and LinkedIn. So most of their clients used to come inbound from socials, newsletter, referrals, like you know the drill. And they averaged about like 4 sales calls every month. However, they wanted to create an outbound system that would generate them more qualified meetings and make it easier for them to scale. So I would not say that we did everything, because clients played a huge role on their part because they had a good offer, they had a solid guarantee, they had good case studies. So we knew we could like take it up a notch, right? So once we got started, we made sure to nail down every part of the cold email campaign, right? So first thing was we took care of their technical setup, which is one of the first things that you want to pay attention to if you want to run a successful cold email campaign. Because as email service providers start to crack down on cold email, deliverability became more important than ever. So we made sure that most of our emails landed straight into the inbox instead of the spam. And that's why instead of only creating mailboxes with only Gmail or only Outlook, we decided to diversify our spread. So we went 50% with Gmail and 50% with Outlook. So in total, we had 10 domains and 20 mailboxes, 2 emails per domain. So here you can see for the better understanding. So we bought the domains on GoDaddy. And as you can see, here we had 5 domains, especially with Gmail, right? 1 domain, 2 mailboxes. And we were sending about 25 emails per day. But I would say it's much more safer if you send about 20 emails from 1 mailbox each day, right? And here's the second setup, which was already domains also were bought on GoDaddy, but we got the mailboxes on Outlook. So after that, we configured the domain records such as, MX, SPF, DMARC, DKIM. I will not get too deep into this because I have another video you can watch on how to do the setup, but this is what we did. And this allowed us to avoid spam restrictions, remain afloat even one of the email service providers shut down our accounts. So for example, if Google decided to mess us up, we had Outlook and vice versa, right? And also we could match providers for better inbox placement. So we could send from Gmail, we could only send emails to Gmail, and from Outlook only to Outlook, which would improve our landing in an inbox ratio. So then we uploaded all the mailboxes to SmartLead, which is a sending tool, and started the 14-day warm-up process, because you don't want to start sending right away. You want to warm up your mailboxes for some time. And well, there are some people that I know who start sending emails right away without any warm-up process because they believe that warm-up might be hurting the deliverability, but I haven't tested it out. So you can give it a test, but I always warm up my mailboxes for at least 14 days, right? And as a side note, all our domains had .com extension and were bought on a reputable registrar like GoDaddy or Porkbun, right? Choose one of the 2. So then also we followed some deliverability principles, because even though we had a technical setup done right, there are still some things when you set up the campaign that would improve your chances of avoiding the spam. So we used a few not so popular tricks to remain under the radar and keep landing in the inbox. So one was we disabled every type of tracking and sent emails in plain text. So no images or links either, just straight plain text, right? So if you use Smart Lead or you decide to use Smart Lead, you just go to campaign settings and you decide what you should not track, and also tick this and it will do the job. Also, what we did, we used a ChatGPT prompt like Spintax Baby to create slightly different variations of the scripts, and this made sure that Google and Outlook did not pick up that we've sent the same copy to 1,000 people. So the thing is, when you send cold email, and email service providers can tell that, okay, you sent the very same message to like hundreds of different people, they know that you're doing mass outreach and you'll get punished for it, right? So what we did is, if you use Spintax Baby and you give it your script, like for example, I have this, then it spits out different variations that will allow you to insert into Smart Lead. And every single time you send an email, it will be a slightly different variation. So the message of the email will be the same, but it will be just written a bit differently. It will be worded a bit differently, right? That will allow you to avoid that issue. And also we used Smart Lead's spam checker feature to remove any wording that could have triggered spam alerts. So when you create the campaign, you have like this ABC button right here. You click on it and then you have a spam checker. So it gives you all the list of words that might come across as spammy. So you can just remove them, right? So that's it. Another thing that we did is, on their website, we suggested our client to add a video sales letter, right? So I will explain what it is in a minute, but I want you to ask yourself first, like, what is the first thing you do when you get an interesting cold email, right? Like, you check their website, like most of the time. I do. So we made sure that when people visited his website, they could see his face, hear his voice, and learn more about his offering, which drastically improved his his booking rates. And here's the framework we gave our client to script and record their VSL. So he started off as a hook, like giving them the main promise, what their main offer is. Then he called out his target audience's common problems. He gave a brief introduction about himself, explained what makes him different, the past results he got for his clients. He once again restated his offer that he mentioned in the hook, and he ended the video with call to action for the viewer to book a call. So you don't need any fancy editing or expensive recording equipment for this. A simple Loom video and a presentation with slides will do just fine. For example, like I'm doing right now. And try to make the video about 5 minutes long. It's not necessary to explain everything and go from head to toe. Just 5-minute video, cover all the topics that I have mentioned right here, and you're good to go. And one interesting thing was that this worked really well, not only for cold email, but even his inbound leads told him that they decided to book a call because they visited his website and watched the video that he had right there, right? So even if you don't decide to do cold outbound and you have some people visiting your website from inbound, still having a VSL will drastically improve your cold booking rates. So yeah, if you don't want to keep missing out on potential leads, get a VSL on the website. All right, so here's just a brief FigJam board I made. Like, okay, socials, newsletter, and referrals, cold email, all this sends traffic to your website. And there's like 2 ways you can go about it. You can try to make the prospect book a call without VSL and with VSL. So without VSL, you'll have mediocre conversion rates. With video sales letter, you'll have huge increase in conversions with VSL. So the next thing, as I said already in the beginning, we don't want to take all the credit for this successful campaign because our client had something that a lot of businesses nowadays don't. And it is a proven offer that can easily convert cold traffic. And here's how it looks so you can replicate it for your business. Like, I'm not going to explain exactly what his offer was. I'm just trying to explain the elements that he had in his offer that made it so great. So the first thing he had was tangible outcome that clearly let the prospect know what results they can expect after engaging with you. And here basically you must outline deliverables and avoid anything that's not specific or might confuse the prospect. 2, give them quantifiable time frame. So how soon will the prospect see the results you're promising? And you have to state a quantifiable time frame so they know when to expect the transformation. And 3, guarantee or risk reversal. So this is basically what happens if you fail to deliver on your promise. Remove any friction that might hold the prospect back from booking the call or signing the contract. And I don't have this mentioned here, but it's not like directly related to offer, but his case studies also were great, relevant to his offer. So when you have a case study which matches well with your offer, that's even much stronger combo. So the effectiveness of your outreach will increase by at least 10x when you have all these 3 components included in your offer, right? So the next thing, lead list building. And this is practically what we focused on the most because our client already had a great offer and proven track record, as I said. So all we needed to do was to get it in front of the right people. However, their target audience was people selling courses with at least 5,000 subscribers on their email list, right? And the problem is that there's no database that will allow you to filter based on these criteria. So we had to get creative, and we used 2 platforms for building our list. So one, it was TweetScraper, and second one was BuiltWith. So TweetScraper helps you to find emails of Twitter accounts followers. So we decided to scrape the followers of big accounts whose main target audience was people selling courses. And to make sure we only got emails of people with solid list size, like at least like 5,000 plus, as I said, we set the minimum followers requirement to 20,000 followers. And we scraped about 10 to 15 accounts, resulting in about 550 verified contacts to reach out to. And here is just the screenshot of the inside TweetScraper. So what we did was here we entered the username of the account we wanted to scrape. Here were the keywords to make sure that we were scraping the accounts that were relevant to us. Emails, we made sure to choose business emails because we didn't want to email Gmails. But if you have a small list size, you can contact personal emails as well. Minimum followers was at 20,000, and here I don't have it included, but we had some keywords to exclude people we did not want to contact, right? So that's about TweetScraper. And second was, as I said, BuiltWith, which is a platform that helps you see what technology the company is using. So since we are targeting people selling courses, we targeted platforms they are most likely to use, which was Kajabi and ConvertKit, right? And this resulted in a list of about like 90,000 websites. But unlike TweetScraper, BuiltWith does not provide contact details. So we had to do the following: narrow down the list using filters in Apollo and find decision makers in those companies. And this resulted in about 1,000 qualified people to contact. Now, you might be wondering how the hell we got from 90,000 websites to only 1,000 qualified people, but as I said, our targeting was very, very specific, and that's why that's one of the reasons why we got actually good results, because we were so specific with our targeting. So in total, we had a list of well-targeted 1,500 contacts who potentially could benefit from our client's offer. And one more thing that we did actually is very interesting, especially with the new GPT version, was we made sure to scrape every single website and determine whether that person was selling any sort of digital product or not, right? So we used a tool called Clay. They have a scraper that can, as I said, visit the website and look for any keywords that would indicate the company sells courses, memberships, workshops, etc. And if it does, then we make sure for it to say yes, they sell courses, and we made sure to only contact those people. So after that, we moved to the script writing, and actually, the reason why we spend most of our time building a lead list instead of writing the scripts is when you have a laser focused list of prospects, like what I showed you right now, the scripts kind of write themselves, because with the scripts, we followed a very simple framework. We did not include any crazy personalizations or anything, in consistent of 5 lines. The opener, which was explaining why we are reaching out. And to be honest, we did not even explain why we are reaching out. The first line was like, hey, I know you're busy, so I'll just jump straight to it. It was pretty direct pitch. And when I said that, then there was the offer. So what we could promise them, the guarantee to back up what we are saying, and the case study to sum up our offer that we have already done this for other clients, and a call to action asking them whether they want to hear more about this, right? And in a call to action, we did not ask them to book a call right away. We asked them whether they were interested to learn more, right? Or hear more. And if they said yes, then we would reply with a short email that described like what our process is very briefly, and then we incentivize them to book a call so we could explain more. So as I said, we didn't include any personalization here because there wasn't really a need to. But with a segmented list like this, you can easily call out their problems, goals, or commonalities that would be relevant to 99% of the prospects. And once we launched the campaign, we got our first interest reply within a few hours. After we launched the campaign, then we actually moved to the inbox management. So obviously, positive reply is only the half of the battle, because once somebody is interested, then the main goal is for you to book a meeting with them, right? So we made sure that every interested lead got an answer back within 20 minutes. The initial reply was customized and tailored to their business. Then we suggested 2 different times for them to pick to book a call. And if that was not a fit, then they could just click on our client's calendar link that we included in the email as well. And still, we added them to the automated subsequence with the follow-ups. So just in case they did not book the call right away, then they would receive a few nudges to make them book an appointment, which worked pretty well, I would say. If somebody did not book a call from the first response, our second or third follow-ups did the job pretty well. So this made sure that we converted more than 50% of replies into qualified appointments. And basically, to sum up, where they are right now is our system helped them to book 8 calls in just 10 days, which is double of what they used to get in 30 days, and close 2 new deals out of it, right? So this is practically a repeatable process that will fill their pipeline with high quality leads and consistently attract more clients for months to come. So they don't have to really rely on referrals or any other source of marketing, whether it's inbound or just like personal network. They can very simply launch this cold email campaign, book some calls, convert some clients, and if they decide they want to slow things down, they'll just stop the campaign, and that's it. So that was practically all. I hope you found it helpful. So if so, just comment, subscribe, like, whatever. But if you want us to implement the system for you, you can very simply click on a link in the description, book a call with us. We'll see if we're a fit, and we'll explain how we can help you, right? So that's all, and I wish you have a great day. Peace.